Keeping a close eye on your forecast. We're seeing some of the snow closer towards the mid-south. Unfortunately for us, mainly just a cold, rainy day. But I'll be breaking down all of your weekend forecast details coming up.
I tell you to stay strong.
Stay strong.
Keep going.
Jen, though, it's so interesting. Maybe our bodies just like knew that today was that. I walked into work and I was like, I think people just want to stay home today with the weather.
I was
you just want to stay home.
The weather is not helping. I remember you saying
Don't quit your job, though.
Right. It was more of just.
I'm glad to be here.
We're glad you're here, Joe.
Thanks, Jen.
I know. It's more of just one of those days where you just want to take it easy, rest on the couch, especially with how gray and gloomy it is out there. And especially if you look closer towards the mid-south, I still have a lot of friends, family up there, and a lot of them are off work or off school today because of the snow that we're tracking out there. Again, the mid-south, portions of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, all seeing some of that. Us here locally, however, not quite the case. Instead, we're getting rain and just cold temperatures to go along with it. Now, here's what we're seeing so far in northern Mississippi and Alabama, just where we're slowly starting to see that transition from some of the snow to the sleet to now some of that rain. So a lot of that moving into Birmingham at this time. Tupelo also beginning to notice those transitions. Huntsville still just holding on to some of that snow, and then portions of Atlanta now mixing closer towards sleet and some of that rain just on the backside there. So there's some of that transition taking place in some portions across really the mid-south and also in the southeast. Here locally, as mentioned, it's just rain out there. That's exactly what we're starting to notice. Even seeing some of that moderate to heavy rainfall beginning to move through central to southern Baldwin County, now moving into Escambia County, Florida, and we'll only expect to see more of this heading into the rest of today. Timing it out in our futurecast, there's some of that heavy rain moving through, but still more on the back side of it, expecting only to continue to see more of these showers closer towards 2, 3 in the afternoon. So picking up the kids from school, it is going to be a soggy drive out there as you're heading home from work later on for this evening, continuing to see more of those showers, possibly even impacting those Friday night plans. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast, what I'm tracking into the weekend, the cold air that moves in behind this. Those details are coming up in just a little bit.
Daughter Mia, who's in Atlanta right now, seeing snow.
Oh, that's awesome. So yes, many areas seeing snow. However, our area not quite seeing it. Although those temperatures are chilly out there, noticing that we're hanging out in the mid to upper 30s for our inland spots. But if you notice, southern Baldwin County is still holding on to some of those warm temperatures all ahead of this cold front moving in. I'll be talking more about your forecast details on the other side of this break.
News. We are hearing reports that some of the flights in and out of Mobile and probably Pensacola as well, Jen, are being canceled due to the weather conditions, not necessarily in our area, but around the country, places like Atlanta and Charlotte experiencing cancellations and delays.
That's exactly right. And so that's just something that you need to stay updated with. A reminder to always check that before you head out the door, before you're heading to your flight. You will likely start to see some of those delays if you're going to be traveling towards Memphis, Nashville, and as they mentioned, Atlanta, Charlotte, that are all starting to see some of that icy precipitation. Just keep that in mind. It's something that we're just used to during the wintertime season when we could possibly see some of those flight disruptions. Now here locally, not quite the icy stuff. Instead, what we're tracking is rain. But as always, if you want to stay updated with the forecast, know whenever some of these changes are going to be taking place, you can do so by downloading the Fox 10 weather app. You can always just scan the QR code right there at the bottom of your screen with your phone's camera. It'll take you directly to the App Store or the Google Play Store. This is also a great way to stay updated with us. We do have short form videos here at the top. We have long form videos here, but also we've been getting in a lot of your pictures and videos. Now, if you have any family that is seeing some of that snow, seeing some of that icy precipitation, as always, you can share it here with us. And once we accept them, then you'll be able to see what everyone else is beginning to submit too. Now, this one was interesting just yesterday, an amazing cloud formation over the Bayway at 2:15. That was going to be that hole punch cloud formation. And also Jason talked in depth about that last night on our Fox 10 weather app, just going over the details of what exactly it is and what causes it. Now, coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast, what I'm tracking in the long range. But for now, here is a live view outside over Dauphin Island, noticing some of those rain showers. It's gray and it's gloomy. We'll be right back with 3 to know before you go.
Looks cold.
It has been cold here. It warmed up a little bit, and then we got rain, and now who knows what Jen does.
I do,
Jen
yeah.
knows what.
I know. Our forecast is just all over the place. And heading into today, we are going to start to notice more of those warming trends, especially closer towards southern Mobile, Baldwin counties and the Florida Panhandle, all ahead of this cold front that's moving in. So it's gray, it's soggy out there, it is wet, and that will only continue heading into this afternoon and this evening. So Friday night plans, make sure you have that rain gear ready to go. Also have those coats ready to go, because really after 6 o'clock, our temperatures are going to begin to tumble. And so by really 8 o'clock, we're going to be feeling like we're in the upper 30s, and we'll be near freezing starting off tomorrow. Your Saturday afternoon high temperatures only in the mid to upper 40s, feeling colder than that, especially once you take the wind into account. Isolated showers return by the second half of the weekend and into Monday, so our morning temperatures bump up just a bit. But looking ahead to next week, we're hanging out in the mid 50s. We're sunny, we're dry, we are just cold, especially beginning in the mornings.
You said you're going to put on a crackling fire tonight.
Yeah,
Jess.
that's right. I'm going to mop my floors, wash my sheets, and sit by the fire. What about you guys?
We've got a gas fireplace, and I don't think the pilot switch is on.
Oh, no. You guys have a fireplace?
Yeah, we need to get chimney sweep out there.
Oh, all right.
But it's fine.
I'll enjoy the fire.
You enjoy.
I just stare into our empty fireplace for
Well,
hours.
have a good weekend.